as you know, it's been about 3 months, actually over 3 months since I've uploaded. And, well, like usual, we were just busy, and plus because of the, the time of year, the holidays and all that, I kind of decided to just take a little bit of a break. But, anyways, Happy New Year, everybody. So, now 2019, unbelievable already. I was just thinking the other day, it's kind of weird that it's been over a year since this thing's been torn apart. Well, I guess when we first tore it apart to put the new bed on. As you can see, it's kind of a mess. I'm going to be washing it probably tomorrow because it needs it. But anyways, I'm just going to go over a few quick things here. Just a quick update, and hopefully we'll get back into doing some other things here soon. I guess the first thing I'll say is, well, this stuff's obviously in winter mode. I don't think it was the last time. No, it wasn't. The 54 blades on the 318 again, and weight brackets on the rear for more weight. And this thing has a nasty power steering leak coming from that cylinder. It's actually, oof. It's a lot worse than the other day. I don't know why it's doing that. It's only when it's cold out it leaks. I'm gonna probably have to get a new cylinder for it because it drives me nuts. And while we're at the 318, we just did the oil change on it the other day, so that's all fresh and ready to go. She's good to go. And if I can get to the other side here, she has a brand new hour meter in her, and it hasn't even clicked over yet. So at 0.1 of it to an hour yet, it's not going to. But she has a new hour meter, still running the same almost 10-year-old battery, and she still cranks over good. Might as well keep using it while it works, I suppose. The 455, same with this. We did an engine oil change, as well as fuel filter. We changed that. We took the air filter out, but it was still fine, and we just put it back in because it wasn't even dirty at all. And so this thing's good to go. Nice fresh oil change. Sitting at, you need to remember this has actually 1,000 hours from the new dash. So it has about 1,800 hours on it. That says 799, so another hour will be 1,800. Hard to believe, but I think I've put around 25, 30 hours on it, I believe. I have to look back. Whenever I first got it, I can't remember exactly. But the 7.3 is still running good, like usual. Not really much has changed with this. I got for Christmas I got a John Deere license plate for the front that I put on the other day. I kind of like it because it's chrome, and it kind of matches the chrome on the rest of it. You've seen the mud flap, so that's not different. Alright, and for the next thing that was done is my door locks didn't really ever work. You would hit the button either here or on the key fob, and it would go down like part way. So I decided to spend the money and get new actuators. Best thing ever. The only reason why this one's so loud is because there's like a little clip down in here that I broke. So that's why it makes more noise, but it doesn't affect anything. And I forgot to bring my keys out like an idiot. And because I put a new window motor in this side because it was pretty weak. It would go down about here and it would stop. You can hear the relay clicking in, and it wouldn't go any farther. So I got a new one of those and took it apart, the door panels, and well, me and my dad did, and put them in. The funny thing was, I went to do that side first, and I realized they sent me 2 rights. So I got to keep the other right one. They said I can keep it. Just, they were nice, I guess, nice company. So we ended up taking that side apart for nothing, putting it back together again. Then we came over here and did this side and did this one, but it doesn't matter. They're both done now, so it's not a big deal. Another thing that I got, which for Christmas, is in here under the seats, a big extendable brush for cleaning the windshield off if there's snow on it, which is nice. So can't really think of much else in here. You seen the garage door? Oh, how the heck did I forget this thing? My dad actually got this light. I got this for Christmas. This thing's pretty sweet. That light, and then you click it up and you get this one. Pretty bright. We were using that. We were changing the oil the other day. And this big tool chest. They were actually selling these pretty cheaply, just to get rid of them, I guess, at Lowe's. So, luckily my mom and my dad were up there that day, so he has it locked for some reason. But luckily my dad and my mom were up at that Lowe's that day, and they saw this, so we went up that night with this and picked it up. And we have all our junk in here now. So we don't have these drawers anymore. We're actually getting ready to take this bench out because it's crappy. And we're gonna just have a bench, I believe, from this point back to about where that window is. It's gonna be a bench, and we're hoping that we can fit both of these up along here. That's what we're gonna plan on doing, so that we have more room back here. You can't really park nothing that close to that wood burner. These things are probably as close as they should get right now, but that's what we're planning on doing. So hopefully that I don't think this bench is gonna be too hard to take apart. I doubt it. But then we're gonna have a new bench back here with cabinets and stuff, so it'll be pretty nice. We're gonna have to build a wall here first, but it's gonna work out perfect. The wall's gonna, I think my dad's gonna make it so it just sticks out a little bit from this block, so that eventually this whole thing's gonna have a wall. Then we're gonna have this all insulated and everything. I mean, it's not too, well, right now it's kind of cold in here because the wood burner's not going. I'm not gonna be out here long enough to get that started. But that's the temperature out here now. About 50. That's not too bad. I think it's like 30 outside today, so it's warmer in here than it is outside. And the ceiling has helped us tremendously out here so far this year. It's gone up to 70, 75 in here a couple of times with that wood burner go. It's pretty nice. And something else that we have in here now is we took out that old door and put this in there. And this is a lot nicer. Works so much better. You can actually deadbolt it now. So it's a lot more tight seal around the door. It's all spray foamed and everything around it, so there's no air coming through there anymore. And really the only thing that's left in there that leaks a bunch of air is these stupid windows. Believe it or not, these things do open. Well, about 3 of them open, but that's about it. And that's pretty much the only thing, really the only thing that's really changed. I haven't really done much else. I mean, we've moved stuff around out here and everything, but really nothing else has changed with this. I was going to ask everybody what they think I should do for any upgrades possibly on this, because I have a few things in mind. I wouldn't mind maybe putting different mirrors on it, but I just don't know which ones, as well as maybe different headlights, possibly. Just a few things. I don't really think I'm going to do anything to the motor. It's fine the way it is. There's something wrong with the 7.3 stock. I mean, everybody says they're slow. We expect it's a big heavy truck. But don't really plan on doing anything to the motor part. But I'm still going to get this thing repainted at some point. Hopefully here soon. It might not be, if it's not this year, it's going to be probably the beginning of next year that it gets repainted. Because I'm planning on getting this side especially. It's starting to show through already, which I'm not too happy about. There's a little bit of rust starting to pop through. This side of the truck is the worst. It's for the doors anyway. Everything else is alright, but I plan on buying well, not new doors, but new rust-free used doors off of either another truck or, something, and put on this side. And I'm probably going to do both, even though the passenger side's not quite as bad. But I might just do both doors and be done with it, mostly for the fact that if you remember this bed liner stuff's on there. Well, since the new bed was put on, it's not back here anymore. And there's a little bit on the cab corner, but I'll probably leave that just to help protect the cab corners more. And then the only part that will be left showing is right here. So really, if you take the doors off, you're not going to see much, and really you can't tell that there's that bedliner stuff in the corners. You really can't. It doesn't even go all the way around. It stops about there. It stops. It doesn't really go that far. But if the doors are off and replaced, well, one, it'll take out their crappy bodywork that they tried to do, because it's not the straightest. The rest of the truck's straight, but if you look, especially at the bottom of that door, it's bowed out a lot. That's where they tried to fix it, and they did a crappy job. So if I would put new doors on here, that would go away, and I would probably be a lot happier anyway. And really, I don't think doors for these are too expensive. It's just the thing of finding rust-free ones is gonna be the hard part. But there's actually a place not like 5-10 minutes from me that actually has a whole bunch of doors and stuff in stock, so it wouldn't be too hard to get any. I don't think. I just have to get them. Even if they're the wrong color, it really doesn't matter because it's gonna get all repainted again anyway. Mostly, if you remember from the roof, that's actually not getting any worse, which is good. And then I don't think you can go high enough. You might be able to see some on the roof. That's really the reason why it needs repainted. Just to fix those little bit of things. And plus, they didn't repaint the hood when they did it last, and it's not really clear coated that much. It may only have one coat of clear coat on it, and that's probably about it. So putting a new paint job and everything on it, yeah, it would be expensive, but oh man, this thing looks so much nicer. Speaking of paint jobs, we're hoping to begin the 318 done here soon. Hopefully before plow day. I'm working on that a little bit here. Gotta find somebody that will actually do it, because we were gonna do it, but it's never dry enough in this building enough to actually do it. As much as I love to paint this thing myself, it's just always damp in this building, and it sucks. I mean, right now it's not too bad, but usually it is. So hopefully the 318 gets painted here eventually. Like I said, hopefully before plow day she's done. That way it doesn't look like that anymore. Why does that side panel look like that? Did I not put it back on right? Maybe I did. It's hard to tell. But yeah, if anybody has any ideas what I should do to this. Like I said, I'm thinking new mirrors maybe. Why is this one extended? This one was extended a little bit. But I'm thinking maybe different mirrors. Whenever I had the doors apart, I looked at the wiring, and I could put turn signal mirrors on, but it would be a little bit difficult, so I don't know if I would want to do that or not. I mean, really neat, because it'd almost be like these ones over here. These had turn signals on them. I mean, these are stock, obviously. They come like that. But yeah, I already checked the wiring. You have to have at least 5, and I only have 3 in there. So this one wasn't one that came with that from the factory, which I didn't think it was, but you never know. But if anybody has any ideas what I should do with it, let me know. I mean, I'm not going to do like new injectors or anything for the motor to make it more horsepower. I'm not worried about that. But stuff to make it so it lasts longer, I guess I should say. That's what I mean. You know, the 7.3 is a good motor anyway, but everything needs a little bit of help. It still runs and starts good in the cold. It's amazing. We were actually up at my grandparents' for Christmas, and it was sitting outside for overnight, and it was pretty cold up there at their place, and we didn't have this thing plugged in, and it still started right up. So it was a little bit cranky, but it didn't complain too much. So it's pretty good. All the injectors and glow plug systems working the way it should be then. For some reason this thing is kind of weird in the cold. It just seems like it turns over really slowly at the start. I mean, this thing was sitting for a month. Actually, just a hair over, which was kind of a shame. It was actually parked behind the trailer. That was actually a little bit more. But we just didn't need it, and our yard's way too wet even still to take any of them outside. maybe I'll tell there from the garden. It's just, when you walk through this yard, it's a soupy mess. That's everywhere, probably. Especially in PA. So, and I don't know if I mentioned, I got the 3-point hitch for this too. It's actually, I think it's in the house. Yeah, it's in the house. It's not out here. It needs, we figured out that if that's put on, this weight box is not going to work. It's going to be hitting something. Mostly those brackets. Unless whenever it's on, we can tell differently. But we're thinking that the, I can't remember what they're called, but this part from the rock shaft that's sticking out, we figured out that's probably going to end up hitting this weight box when it's on there, which kind of sucks. So I might end up having to get rid of that weight box and just get a 3-point hitch bracket and more suitcase weights, which isn't a bad thing either, because suitcase weights are a lot quicker and easier to deal with than a whole bunch of bricks. And it probably would be heavier, I bet. Well, maybe not, it's hard to tell. Huh? I don't think there's really that much weight in those bricks. There's really not. But yeah, that's probably what we're going to end up having to deal with that. It kind of stinks, but that's why the 3-point's not on there right now, because, or at least the rock shaft, because we figured that out and we're going to have this like this for winter. You know, we haven't gotten any snow yet. So, and the last thing I want to say before I get off here is it's getting pretty long for an update. We're going to have to get new tires probably for the front of the 455 before plow day. Mostly because these ones are really cracking, like really bad. You might even be able to see, if I zoom in, there's one of the you can actually see all along there, that's all cracking. It's pretty bad, so we're going to end up having to get new. Probably going to put V61s on the front of this as well, like the 318 has. Just because I think they look sweet, and we have to get new tires anyways, might as well get what you want. But we're afraid that we're going to get out there and we're going to end up blowing a tire out somehow. Then we're going to be, we're not going to be able to do anything. That would kind of stink. So, because I don't know what you would do if you didn't have any. I mean, probably no way to get 18 tires there for it, so, or it'd be pretty hard. So we're just going to be planning ahead and get new ones and be done with it. So, that's pretty much all I can think of right now. If I think of anything else, maybe I'll throw it into the video at some point or just do a voiceover, but I can't think of anything else. So, hopefully you all enjoyed this video, and by the way, the 318's about 1900 hours. I still have the old hour meter, it's in my room in the house. So, it's about to hit 1900 hours. Pretty crazy. Another 10 hours and it'll be there. The other hour meter is actually nowhere near what it is. I need to add about 20 hours to that hour meter, and it'll be actually accurate for what the hours are. But I know what it's supposed to be, so that's close enough. And we'll just keep track of the hours from now on with that meter, and we'll be good to go. So, anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and hopefully there's something more exciting next time. And stay tuned.